Ah yes, the explosive device. At its core, it's meant to do one thing, and that is, well, that is blow things up. But what happens when you take away the structure damage, take away the knockback, and the player damage? Take away the visual and sound effects. What do you have then? Well, it turns out that you actually have one of the most versatile ways to send a signal right now in Fortnite Creative. So versatile, in fact, that I can not only use it to close a door behind me, and have it display progressional text when I walk to a certain area, but I can bring it back to its root purpose and make an entire house disappear. Let's look at how all this is done. Hey everyone, this is Syntax, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about my favorite device right now in Fortnite Creative, and that is the explosive device. Now, like I said in the intro, the explosive device is mainly meant to blow things up, but when you do remove all the sound effects, all the damage, all the knockbacks, you actually have this thing called explode on proximity range. Now what this does, it actually allows you to send a signal to a certain channel, to a certain other device, based on how close you are to that particular explosive device. What this means is that for adventure maps, for horror maps, for team deathmatch, for any maps, you can have certain things happen based on a player's location. You don't have to have them run into triggers, you don't have to have them press buttons. This is solely sending a signal based on where a player is located. And today I'm going to be showing you 3 ways you can actually use that in an adventure style map. Now, the 3 ways I'm going to show you, all the different devices are hooked up to the same channel, so just make sure that whatever channel you're hooking them up on, they do correspond, so it works. Now, the first thing that happened, I actually walked into the house and the door closed, because I actually reached this guy right here. You should feel your controller or whatever, there's a little vibration when it actually does happen, but it doesn't do any damage, it doesn't blow anything up, it just sends a signal. Now, for the settings, there are a couple things that are super important. You want to have player damage off, blast radius doesn't matter because it's not going to be blowing anything up, and structure damage completely off, knockback completely off. You don't want to be able to see its health, its blast line of sight, and you don't want to be able to run into it so it can't interfere with anything. Now, explode on proximity range is going to be dependent on how close you want to be to it before it actually sends a signal. Here I have it as low as you can go. You have to be right up on it for it to actually send a signal to close the door, but you can set it to like 5 tiles if you're entering a new room and you need some progressional text or you need some information on what to do next. Just depends on the feel of your map. As you can see, I have play audio and visual effects off, range visualization off, visible during game no, collision during game off. Have it basically so that the only thing it's doing is exploding when a player is near it, and none of this text actually matters. Play audio no, again everything is off except for its explode on proximity range, and here I have it exploding on channel 2. If you didn't already know how lock devices work, this door is just closing and locking when receiving from channel 2, so you'll get next to that thing, it'll blow up, and then this door will close and lock. Now the next thing I actually did was have you walk into the kitchen area, and there's this little explosive device right here, and what that does is when you run into it, it actually transmits a signal onto channel 3. As you can see, when exploded, transmit on channel 3, and I believe I do have the blast radius a little bit higher for this. It's on 0.25, and when you get into that certain area, you're going to get this little text that says head back outside for a surprise, and then I do the same thing over here, only this time it is on channel 4, and it says when explode, transmit on channel 4, and I have an actual explosive device that does damage in here that will explode when receiving from channel 4. So you walk out of the house and it blows that up, and everything works gorgeously. I'll go ahead and show it off for you guys here one more time. So as you can see, our explosive device is right about there, so when I walk close to it, it will close and lock the door, and then our other explosive device, if you remember, is right there. Walking to the kitchen, I get my progressional text. It says head back outside for a surprise. I head back outside and my entire house gets destroyed. There we go. I guess my proximity range was not enough for that. Anyway guys, that is how you use the explode on proximity range function. Remember, this is literally just 3 examples. If I had to make a video for everything you could do, the video would probably be like 45 minutes, and it would be really annoying to sit through. There's so many possibilities with this way to transmit a signal, and it's probably the best way for you to transmit a signal based on player location. Anyway guys, I hope this video helped you out, and yeah, this has been Syntax. Later.